What's up, YouTube? Right now, you're here with Mr. Jackson Story Time, y'all. We got two topics, y'all. First, we're going to get into church, and then we're going to get into the root of evil for money. How money began, and all these different signs that's right in front of your face. Just like I say, this is a reaction channel. Y'all could do y'all research yourself. But enough of that, we're going to get into we got two videos about church, then we got two videos about money. So, and it's history too, y'all. So you might learn for this today, y'all. But enough of that, we go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it.
I don't know if I ever told a story about the churches.
I don't think so.
Here in Atlanta, we wanted to buy a church out here, a building.
Oh, wow.
It cost $1 million. We said, we can't afford that because we grassroots. So the minister said, hey, no. We said, minister, how were you able to afford this $1 million building? He said, you go to the bank. I said, no. We went to the bank. All these bank, they say the churches have unreliable income because 1 week it may be good, next week it might be bad because it's based on donations.
Right.
He said, no. He said, Christians have a bank strictly for Christians.
Oh, wow.
So he gave us the address. Brothers go down there, and the clause is, in order to get the money funded for a church, millions of dollars, you have to teach what they want you to teach. They said to us, our church, our teachings must align with theirs. Jesus is white. December 25th.
Christmas, yeah.
The laws are done away with. I'm like, we don't teach that. You can't get no money from us then. And the churches have never revealed. That was on a sneak tip the minister told us. And we found out, oh, there's so much ins and out with the churches. It will shock people. I don't know if I ever told a story.
Yo, that is crazy, yo. But there's more. There's more. Let's get in this next clip, y'all.
The Bible is the inerrant, infallible word of God, and how dare you challenge it?
Well, I only talk about what I know, and I know that the Bible was a book that is comprised of 66 different chapters that were written by 66 different men over a period of 2,000 years. That's a fact. And if we deal with the facts, and the facts are not meant to take away anyone's belief, but I'm just stating facts. I'm just stating what I know. And so anyone who has studied the Bible, anyone who has conversations with theologians, knows these facts. And so there's a difference between belief and knowledge. Belief is something you accept without proof. But knowledge, whether it's religion or science or law, is based on facts. And I'm a person who is very guarded about my soul and who I trust my soul to. And I, as a thinking person, would never allow a thief, an enslaver, a raper, a murderer to describe for me my religious and spiritual boundaries.
Are you referring to someone in particular?
No, I'm referring to a culture. When we think in terms of people of African ancestry who have been stolen by the tens of millions and enslaved all over the world. Well, most people don't know that it was Pope Eugenius IV who authorized the first papal bull giving the Portuguese the right to enslave African people. Now, it says in the Bible, in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not steal and thou shalt not kill. So if Europeans just followed those two commandments, we would be having this conversation in Africa sitting under a mango tree. But the mere fact that the Pope said that Africans, or Negroes as the Portuguese called us, were not human beings, that we did not possess a soul, that then made it possible for every European nation, with the exception of Russia, to go in and steal tens of millions of African men, women, and children in the name of the Lord. So these are issues that are real, that are rarely discussed, but they need to be discussed if we're truly going to understand how we got where we are and truly develop a meaningful relationship with the Creator.
Dad, did he break it down to y'all? Did he break it down for y'all? That make y'all want to think, about church. Just like I say, man, it really, the Bible is a Black history book, and they don't go back 2,000 years. It go back 200,000 years ago. But just like he said, man, those 66 men could easy reword something, yo. The Bible is rewritten. But we're going to get into the next clip, y'all.
When you look at the dollar bill, you see more than just paper. Look closer. Why is there an Egyptian pyramid on American currency? Why Latin phrases? Most people never question it. They're too busy chasing dollars to actually look at one. At the top of the bill, it says Annuit Coeptis. That means our enterprise is successful. But whose enterprise? At the bottom, Novus Ordo Seclorum, the New World Order. They put it right in front of you, plain as day. This isn't decoration, it's a declaration. Look at the pyramid. 13 layers. Why 13? It's not just about the original colonies. Look closer. 13 stars, 13 stripes, 13 arrows, 13 leaves. This number keeps showing up. Is that just a coincidence? Or is it a hidden code? A symbol of power and control woven into the very fabric of our system. And here's the kicker. See the American shield? That's the true flag. But the US flag? That's a different story. The stripes run horizontal because the United States isn't a country. It's a corporation, a privately owned entity operating under a different set of rules. The symbols, the numbers, the words, it all points to one thing. A system of power hidden in plain sight. The real rulers of the world don't need to hide. They just need to keep you distracted.
This is just a theory, not a fact.
When
I want y'all to hear that last part. Just like that means do your own research if y'all don't believe it, y'all. So we're gonna get in the last clip from this, y'all. That last clip from this, y'all. And this last clip gonna probably hit some of y'all hard, y'all. It gonna hit some of y'all hard. Some of y'all gonna be thinking like, dang, bro.
Puffy is in jail because he sued Diageo Liquor Company, one of the most powerful liquor companies in the world. He sued them and forced them to settle out of court. And he also started a Black Horse political party. Jay-Z is going through this because Jay-Z also sued a liquor company, if I'm not mistaken, and he's trying to open up a casino in New York City. He'd be the first black man to ever do it. Michael Jackson died because he didn't want to sell Sony Records back, his ownership of the Beatles music, and he also wanted to buy Marvel Comics. He got accused of molesting them white boys soon when he entered a bid for Marvel Comics. Mike got accused of molestation to stop him from getting Marvel Comics. Imagine if Michael Jackson produced Black Panther. Whitney Houston is dead because Whitney Houston wanted her masters back. She wanted her publishing. And she also wanted to do an audit on her royalty because she felt that she had gotten robbed out of all the money that she made. Remember, Whitney Houston, up until Mariah Carey, was the highest selling female artist of all time. And her song, the remix of I Will Always Love You, is the highest selling female single in world history. And she was broke. She had to die before the truth came out. Prince was murdered because he didn't want to give his unpublished music over to his music company. So they took his life, and now they got all his music. Nipsey Hussle had created some sort of a system where the artists could sell their music direct to the company and cut out the majors. And that was definitely a threat to the music company. Kobe Bryant was murdered because Kobe Bryant was starting his own sneaker brand that was going to compete with Nike, and he was starting his own professional basketball association that was going to be headquartered where? China. He had to die. America was not going to let Kobe Bryant start a professional basketball league in China. Hell no. And Nike wasn't going to let him come out with a pair of sneakers that was going to undermine Nike's authority over the sneaker game. They killed Kobe. They killed Jimi Hendrix, the black guitar player, because Jimi Hendrix's manager was a British Secret Service agent, and Jimi Hendrix was going to finance the Black Panther Party. Once they found that out, he died, just like Whitney Houston, from a so-called drug overdose in the bathtub in the hotel. It's never what you think it is. It's never what you think it is.
That's crazy. That is crazy. It's like, yo, you could hit all your goals, y'all, but as a black person, you still gotta stop at a certain point. I'm surprised he left Bill Cosby out. He should have put Bill Cosby in there where Bill Cosby, they put Bill Cosby in jail when he tried to buy CBS. All that stuff started coming out with Bill Cosby. I'm surprised he forgot that part. But let me know what you think in the comments, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. I see you. Peace. I'm out.